Good morning, parents, teachers, and students. Welcome to the Chinese University of Hong Kong. I'm Charmaine, a Year 4 student majoring in Integrated BBA program. Before we start, we would like to share with you a video introducing CUHK. Please sit back and enjoy. We hope you have enjoyed the video. Let's now invite Dr. Annie Kong, Assistant Director of Admissions and Financial Aid, to share with you the latest information on non-JUPAS admissions. Dr. Kong, please.
Well, good morning, teachers, parents, and students. Thank you for joining us at the Information Days at CUHK today. In this session, I will briefly highlight some latest developments at the university. I will also share with you how the university and its programs support our students as they prepare for the future. And last but not least, I will briefly go through some key points to note for those of you who are applying for admission this year. As you all know, CUHK has the largest and greenest campus in Hong Kong, and it is a glorious day today, so we are very happy for you to be here today. We hope that you'll be able to take some excellent pictures at scenic spots on campus and come to appreciate how our beautiful campus provides the ideal environment for our students as they learn. As a comprehensive research university, CUHK is, of course, ranked very highly in most of the commonly recognized ranking charts. All right, I will not go through all the ranking positions here, but we are very happy that in 2025 ranking, we are actually ranked 44th, right? That's the record high, right, for CUHK. But ranking is not what we are really proud of. What we are really proud of is the fact that we are the university of choice for our local students. If you look at the 2024 admission exercise, for the local diploma in secondary education, DSE examination, half, 50% of the top 100 elite students were admitted to CUHK. Right, so local students prefer CUHK as their university of choice. But of course, we also admit students from all over the world, right, with different international qualifications, such as IB diploma, GCE A-level, and SAT in the US pattern. Right? And these students are top-ranking students too, right? So we have admitted this year students with 45 out of 45 in the IB diploma, 6 A-star in GCE A-level, right, and in other examinations. So when you join us at CUHK, you know that you will be studying with students who are the best of the best, and you will be learning with them, building partnerships and friendships for life. On the chart here, you will see disciplines and subjects that are ranked top 50 in the world, right, that we provide at CUHK. And these are subject areas that spread over, right, across different disciplines. Right? So we have education, arts, humanities, social sciences, science, medicine, and law, right, which are all ranked very highly internationally. This means that, well, we are providing many options for our students to cater for their interests and aspirations. And we are quite sure that you will pick and choose, right, the program that best suits your interests. Well, we encourage you to do so because as the theme for our Information Day event today, right, we hope that you have the courage to pursue your dream. Right? You are more likely to do well in an area that you really love. Right? So please do select programs based on your interests. Well, the university is a top university in Hong Kong, and our 8 faculties provide more than 70 program choices for our students. And because the world is complex, right, today, we make sure that our programs are interdisciplinary, equipping our students with knowledge and in-depth know-how in more than one disciplinary area, because the problems and challenges in future are going to be complex. So in 2025, right, if you're applying now, in 2025, we are going to launch 3 new programs, right? So public humanities, human movement science, and health studies, as well as material science and engineering. Public humanities integrates 2 programs that we offer. So the critical skills of the cultural studies program, together with the practical know-how of the cultural management program. This is the program for students who are creative, who want to be curators, influencers, and social entrepreneurs in future. Human movement science and health studies is a new program that focuses on the scientific and the medical aspects of human movement, on health, on coaching, and on rehabilitation. What's special about this program is students on the program will have the opportunity to take a dual degree option. Dual degree means 2 degrees. And students spend 4 years on the programs, 2 years at CUHK, 2 years in the Beijing Sports University, which is a top sports university on the mainland. And the focus will be on rehabilitation and also national level sports coaching. So that's a very exciting program. In addition to that, we are launching also material science and engineering, right, which focuses on new novel applications of emerging materials. Well, we know that everything now, right, depends on materials, right? So microelectronics, right, nanomaterials, new energy and green technology, biomedicine, and also biotechnology are all depending on materials that we use. So this exciting program also provides a double major option. So students on the program can take material science and engineering as their first major. They can opt to do a second major from the list here at our campus in Hong Kong or in our campus in Shenzhen. As you can see, we are providing a lot of new options, right, to meet the needs of our students. So in addition to these three, some recent new programs include aerospace science and earth informatics and data analytics. I highlight these two programs because these two programs are jointly launched by CUHK campus in Hong Kong and also our campus in Shenzhen. Students on these two programs spend 2 years in Hong Kong, in our Hong Kong campus, and 2 years in our campus in Shenzhen, exploring opportunities in the Greater Bay Area and in Hong Kong. And, well, I will not be able to explain all these new programs here today, but if you're interested in our new programs, do take this opportunity to visit the program booths or attend their talks to find out more about them. Out of the 70+ major programs at the university, 2 of them actually have what we call broad-based admission arrangement. What this means is, if you are interested in science, but you are not quite sure which particular area you want to major in, when you select science as your program choice, you have the opportunity to take up courses in science in your first year. So chemistry, biology. You sample the courses in your first year and decide on a major in your second year. So that's how broad-based admission works. In a similar way, some students are interested in, for example, architectural studies and also maybe psychology, but they can't quite decide which one they should opt for. Then social science as a program choice will be the best option for them, because in the first year, they can explore architectural studies and also psychology before they make a final decision to major in one of them. Right? Remember also that the social science option in the Faculty of Social Science have what they call a dual track admission arrangement. Dual track means you can either choose social science and explore different options before you decide on a major. Or if you are very sure that you want to be a psychologist, you can apply to do psychology directly. All right, so there are 2 different options there. Well, instead of talking about all 70+ major program choices here today, I'd rather spend a little bit of time talking about what you are going to study or how you are going to study when you join the university. Our curriculum is built to provide flexibility and options for you. As you study, you can modify your plans. So typically, because we are on what we call a credit-based system, very much like the US system. Typically, a student on a 4-year program spends 4 years completing 123 credits, and they graduate if they fulfill all the requirements. Out of these 123 credits, about a third, or 39 credits, are the university core. It's core because all of the students will need to take these courses. So some courses in English, Chinese, general education, something that we are very proud of, and I'll talk about it a little bit more later on. And as well as well, digital literacy, which is very important today, and very special to CUHK as part of the core. All of our students will do physical education, 2 credits. So in addition to the core, what the majority of the credits will be on, around half of the credits will be on the major, that you are studying for. And the major takes up around 52 to 72 credits, depending on the program. Now, if you add this up, there are a lot of extra credits. And these extra credits are for you to decide, right, on how to use them. You can freely choose, right, elective subjects, right, from all the different faculties and sample them as part of your program. Or if you like to, you can also, right, complete a minor program. A minor is around 18 to 30 credits. Okay? In fact, right, if you look at the screen, right, on your right, there are some options for you. You can, if you want to, complete just a major, as I said, and sample many different elective courses. That's one option. Or you can do a minor and then a major. Some students are more ambitious and they do one major, two minors, and that's perfectly fine. If you are more ambitious, you can also complete two major programs, right, within the 4 years you are with us. Like two majors, most of our major programs at the universities allowed double major combinations, right, so you can then decide which major you want to specialize in. In addition to that, if you are even more ambitious, you can complete two different degrees, right, while you are with us. Right, that's what we call a double degree option. To give you an example, right, we have what we call a BBA JD program. Right, BBA is our Integrated Business Administration program, together with Juris Doctor, which is a postgraduate degree in law. Right, so when you join BBA JD, you spend 5 years at the university. When you graduate, you have a bachelor in business administration, and you also have a postgraduate qualification in law, preparing you for the complex business world today, or for the legal profession. All right, so 2 degrees by CUHK. And in addition to that, we also have what we call a dual degree option. Now, dual degree is slightly different from a double degree. A dual degree is jointly offered by CUHK in collaboration with an institution outside of Hong Kong. Right, so let me just show you some examples. Right, so when you join a dual degree, what happens is you will be spending 2 years at CUHK studying here, and you also spend 2 years with our partner institutions outside of Hong Kong. Right, so 2 years at CUHK, 2 years at University of Edinburgh. When you do that, you pay fees to CUHK. You don't need to pay extra, but you will have the learning and living experience overseas. Right? So these are options, right, that we provide, but I will not be able to explain all these dual degrees programs to you. Right? So please spend some time today to find out more about them. Right? So because we provide so many different options, right, our students, right, have many choices as they study. And in fact, whether you do a minor or a double major or not, you will be studying beyond a single subject area because of our general education program, which is part of the university core. Everyone at the university will complete general education courses. The idea is to foster lifelong learning. Right? We want you to have knowledge and understanding of something that is beyond your major. So all students will complete general education programs. But within that framework, you have many choices. There are more than 200 courses for you to choose from. So the selection is based on your interest, whether that's astrology, AI, or culture and film, right? Those are also options under our general education program. We want to make sure that our students have a global perspective. But of course, a university education is not just about what you study. Right? I've talked a lot about what you study, but what is important for your university education is actually the enriching student life. Right? At CUHK, one important aspect of student life is our college system. Right? When you join us as an undergraduate student, you will be affiliated, attached to one of the 9 colleges at the university. Now, each college, of course, has physical facilities such as hostels, right? They have their own canteens, right? Each college has their own facilities such as gym rooms, and some colleges have their own libraries and even sporting fields. So in addition to the physical facilities, the colleges offer pastoral care, right? They have their own mentorship programs. They have their own scholarship programs, their own exchange programs. So in other words, each college will provide you with a suite of support and services, right? And you belong to that community. So most of our alumni, right, will introduce themselves, not just by their major program, but also by the college that they are affiliated to. It's part of their identity. Okay. Right, today, all 9 colleges have their open house, right? So it's a unique opportunity for you to visit the colleges, find out what's special about them, because each one is special, unique, with its own culture and its own history. Okay? Out of those 9 colleges, right, 3 of them actually, right, have what we call full residence and communal dining arrangement. Full residence means if you are assigned to those 3 colleges, you will be living on campus throughout the course of your studies. Right? It's a 4-year program. You stay on campus for 4 years. You don't need to apply for a hostel. Okay? I think we are the only university in Hong Kong that provides that opportunity. Okay? Communal dining simply means every week you spend 2 or 3 nights, so 2 to 3 nights, right, having dinner with students and teachers in your college, just like a big family. All right? So find out more about the colleges, right? Because as soon as you join CUHK, we'll ask you, right, to prioritize your preferences for the colleges. Well, colleges is one important aspect. Another important aspect of university life, a lot of students are looking forward to that, will be student exchange. Right? Our students go on student exchange, right, for a term or a year with our partner institutions outside Hong Kong. Right? When you go on exchange, right, you go to our partner institutions to study, and they send a student to Hong Kong, right, to study with CUHK. Right? You don't need to pay extra tuition fee, right, on exchange programs. And you get the opportunity, right, to explore a different culture, a different learning environment. In addition to student exchange, well, we have many exchange partners, right? So I will not go through each one of them. But in addition to student exchange, our students go overseas also on research projects, job attachments, right? For example, right, work at Disney in the United States for summer, right? So those are opportunities for local and international job attachments are plenty, and I will not be able to go through each one of them. But since we are talking about internship opportunities, well, let me just say that, well, at CUHK, we have introduced what we call a co-op program. It's a cooperative program at CUHK. We call that co-op at CUHK. In this program, right, we are the only university that's introducing this program to all disciplines at the university. So everyone, right, can apply to join the co-op program. What this is actually an 8-month fully paid internship program at one of the partner companies, right, on the co-op program. While you are studying, you explore your career, build soft skills, collect job experiences, and at the same time, you'll be studying bespoke courses, earning credits to complete your degree. All right, so you are studying, you are at the same time earning credits, completing your degree. And this is a program that only CUHK is able to provide, and we allow students from all disciplines, right, to join the program. Now, I have been talking about many opportunities and support, right, for our students, right, how the university, together with the colleges and programs, build a supportive, warm environment with many options for our students. I can continue to do that, right, because there are many different options and opportunities. But instead of just talking about all these, right, different opportunities, perhaps I should spend just a little bit of time, right, talking about how to apply to the university, because many of you here are actually applying for admission this year. This talk is for local students who are applying for the non-JUPAS route. There are many technical terms here, so let me explain. Local students, right, mean students who have a Hong Kong identity card, right, HKID. And you don't need to apply for a student visa in order to study in Hong Kong, all right? So you are a local student. And if you are a local student doing a qualification, such as IB, GCA level, right, or foundation programs, you will apply for the non-JUPAS route, all right? In addition to these other international qualifications, of course, there are those of you who are applying with an associate degree or sub-degree on a sub-degree program. And if you are doing so, then you apply through the non-JUPAS local route too. Okay. The JUPAS route is for students who are doing the local HKDSE examination. All right. So if you are doing DSE, then you can only apply to the university via the JUPAS option. Does that make it a little bit clearer? All right. For application, all right, one important resource that you will need to revisit over and over again is our admissions webpage. Today, you will have the opportunity to visit the program booths, talk to the professors, find out about different programs. But once you get back home, if you want to revisit, right, some of these programs, the best way to do so is from the admissions webpage. You will get information about all the programs and also links to different program web pages. In addition to that, on our admissions webpage, you will find all the application procedures and requirements. Right, admission requirements. There are three parts to this. Right? There's the university minimum requirements for different qualifications. We have language requirements, which I'll explain, right, in a bit. And there are also sometimes specific program requirements, depending on which program you are choosing. We accept a wide range of international qualifications. So what you see here on the screen is only some examples. Right, the more common qualifications, right, for non-JUPAS applicants, right, at the university are IB, International Baccalaureate, GCE A-level is a common qualification. SAT together with AP exams, right, those are common qualifications. Now, for each one of these qualifications, we have set a minimum entrance requirement. So for example, for IB, out of a full score of 45, the minimum requirement is 30. But don't be too happy yet, right? You won't be able to get in with 30, right? Most likely not. Right, so that's just the minimum threshold requirement. Most of our students get in, right, with a higher, right, standard. But the minimum, right, is set for each qualification. So if you're interested in other qualifications, just scroll through our website. In terms of language requirements, for English, we do expect applicants, right, to fulfill one of the language examinations, right, requirements set for one of the language examinations listed on our website. What you see here is just some examples, right? On our website, there's a longer list. So you will need to fulfill the English requirement. But what about Chinese, right? A lot of students ask this, right? The Chinese University of Hong Kong must require Chinese? No, not true. If you are applying for admission with a non-local qualification, non-local means outside Hong Kong, then, right, we will waive the Chinese requirement for you. Now, I've said that, but remember that when you are selecting programs, some programs will specify that they require Chinese. All right, so don't plan to do Chinese medicine without Chinese. It won't happen. All right? So please spend some time studying the program list and finding out about the specific requirements for languages. But if you're applying with a non-local qualification, then Chinese, right, will be waived. Remember also that there are specific requirements for programs. Right? So for example, if you're applying to law, right, they may set a higher English requirement. And if they do so, right, they will specify that in their conditional offers. All right? Well, you may be asking, right, so we talk about all these requirements. When you apply, how do we review your application? What are we looking for? The answer to that is, basically, we are looking for everything. Okay? The programs and the professors will review everything that you submit in your application. If there is any missing gaps, we will chase you for that information. All right? So when you apply, right, what you submit to the application will be what the programs and the professors will be looking at. And they reviewed it in what we call a holistic view. All right? So they don't just look at the final results, they look at everything. Your school results, your school performance, your experiences, your achievements, your awards. Right? Those are all part of your application. And if you are invited to an interview, some programs do conduct interviews, right? And they do conduct interviews face-to-face, or if you are overseas, right, they may conduct interviews on Zoom. Right? If you attend an interview, your interview performance will be part of the review or evaluation of your application. And I'm sure that makes sense, right? And once we identify you as a good candidate, we will then look at whether you have received your final results. If you have received your final results, we may issue a firm offer. All right, so congratulations. But if your results are still pending, right, most of the time we will issue conditional offers, setting out a final score that you need to get before you are admitted to the university. Right, and a little bit about IB and GCE A-level, right? Some specific qualifications, such as IB and GCE A-level, allow students to apply for what we call admission with advanced standing. What does that mean? It means that when you apply with IB, for example, you will get some advanced credits, right? Up to 24 advanced credits. And there's a possibility that you will be able to graduate 1 year earlier. So you finish your degree in 3 years. But of course, it is up to you. You don't need to complete your degree in 3 years. You can spend those extra credits on other courses that you like to complete, build it up to a second major, right? Those are options that are open for you, all right? So we have a specific list of qualifications, and if you have those qualifications, you can apply for admission with advanced standing. And it is only to your advantage because that will provide you with further flexibility in planning your studies. And application process. I don't need to spend a lot of time going through this because the application process itself is very simple. All you need to do is go to our website. Application is submitted online. Register for an application account with an email address that you know you will check frequently, because the email address that you register in your account will be the primary means of communication. So we will send you updates, we will send you offers using that email address. Right? So make sure that it is one that you check frequently. Once you have registered your account, right, you can then submit your application, fill in the personal particulars, upload documents, right, upload a personal statement, right, and you have 14 days to complete your application. Right, our suggestion is that for those of you who are graduating right, soon, you will be very busy. Right, you'll be preparing for your examination. So only register for an account when you have all your application materials ready and submit it as soon as you can. Then you can put it aside and focus on your studies. Right? So you have 14 days to complete the application. Well, you may ask, if I don't complete my application, what's going to happen? Don't worry. If you don't complete your application, right, in 14 days, it's not the end of the world. You only need to apply for a new, register for a new account using a different email address. And I can tell you that this is a hassle. Okay? So only register for an account when you are ready and complete your application in 14 days. Once you have submitted your application, you will see that there's an area for you to invite teachers to be your confidential referee. So you will invite a teacher or a counselor to submit a reference for you to show your academic potential, right? Someone who understands you as a student, right? We don't need 3, but you can submit up to 3 confidential references, right? We only need 1 of them, all right? So once you have submitted all of that, right, we will be reviewing your application, right, and we will then let you know, right, when we are ready to make an offer. Now, remember that when you submit your application, you can have up to 3 program choices in priority order, so first choice, second choice, third choice. Now, your application will be processed in parallel. What does that mean? Your first choice program and your second choice program and your third choice programs, they will all be looking at your application at the same time. And they can potentially issue you an offer at the same time. Remember that if you get an offer from your first choice program and your second choice program, you need to decide between the 2 of them and select only 1 of them, because at any one time, you can only hold on to 1 admission offer. Does that make sense? All right, so everything that you submit, right, all the programs will be able to see the information, and they will review the application at the same time until all the places are filled. As you can see, we have started accepting applications. Sorry. And if you complete your application early, right, you may be able to meet the 14th of November advance offer round deadline. And you may then receive an early offer. But if you don't, right, you will still need to submit your application by the 9th of January. After you've submitted the application, our programs will start issuing offers. All right, so offers will start from December until August next year. And if you get an offer, congratulations. Right, welcome to the campus. Right, the new term will start in September, and we will invite you for student registration in August. So that's just a quick timeline. Scholarships. You don't need to apply for scholarships. Right? Admission scholarships will immediately issue you with scholarships when you receive your final results. No application is needed. We are probably the university that offers the largest lump sum in terms of scholarships and financial aids in Hong Kong, so there are plenty of opportunities. In addition to admission scholarships, we also have scholarships, other scholarships by the university, by your department and program, and also by your colleges. Right? Our only problem is that our students are too lazy to apply for scholarships. All right. Okay, well, this is just a very brief introduction, and that's all I'd like to say here. You may have specific questions that are related to your qualifications or your circumstances. We have a Q&A session on non-JUPAS admissions at 1:30 today, right, just next door. Right, so please join us if you have specific questions, right, about application to the university. Thank you very much for joining us today here. Right, I hope that I have explained, right, some of the key features of the university, and I look forward, right, to welcoming you again to our campus as a student at CUHK. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kong. So this is the end of the admission talk. Thank you again for joining us here today. To help us understand your needs, we cordially invite you to scan the survey QR code on the screen to provide feedback to us. Also, you're welcome to join the Q&A session later this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. at YC Liang Hall, which is right next to this building. Thank you and have a nice day on our campus today.